getting results. This is News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, tropical storm warnings are up for most of central Florida as Colin inches closer to a landfall in the state later tonight. The governor just issued a state of emergency and is urging everyone to be ready.
We have the risk of tornadoes, lightning, hail, rip currents, all these issues.
And many have already heeded that warning, heading out this morning to get sandbags to protect their homes. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Mormith. We have team coverage of Colin this afternoon. Let's start with meteorologist Troy Bridges and Candace Campos in the Pinpoint Weather Center. Guys, we're seeing a break in the storm right now, but it sounds like that's going to change.
In fact, we are beginning to see some of those squall lines developing, and you just saw the governor. Our real concern late tonight will be that tornado risk.
Exactly. And although we are not going to see the actual landfall right here in Central Florida, the track is a bit shifted towards the north. The concern still is on that right side of that storm. It is very messy. We will see those strong storms, and again, the risk
dirty side of the storm. Yes, that's where we're likely to see that risk of severe weather on into the late night hours, even late tonight into early tomorrow. The latest here, winds at 50 miles an hour, moving north-northeast at 16 miles per hour. But Candace just mentioned that track a little bit farther to the north. But again, we're going to be on the right side, which is actually the wrong side of the storm, which means we will have that risk of severe weather as we head into tonight, mainly as this thing makes landfall somewhere near the Big Bend area around 9, maybe even 10 o'clock tonight. You can see the official track as of 11 o'clock this morning, fairly thin, so a lot of confidence here that it's going to be far north of us into the Big Bend area. But we are going to see enough rain with this because it is so broad that our rain chances are going to go up considerably, with bands of rain for the next several hours, embedded some squall lines that could actually have some isolated tornadoes as well as gusty winds. So that will be a real concern. Here is the radar right now. Our western zone seeing some of those squall lines already pushing in. We've seen it on and off through the day. The worst of it right now moving through parts of Marion County, but beginning to push to the north. There's more near Tampa that we are going to pinpoint. Justin, straight ahead, Candace and I will have the latest on what you can expect through the day and more on that severe risk for tonight. Back to you for now.
All right, Troy, thanks so much. And with the threat of flooding rains and isolated tornadoes, emergency managers from Central Florida to Tallahassee are not taking any chances when it comes to Colin. And within the last hour, Governor Scott issued that state of emergency for almost all of Central Florida. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest is live at the Emergency Operations Center in Seminole County. And Mike, this is just a tropical storm, but the governor says we cannot take it lightly.
Hey, you always have to take these things serious, Justin, and that's exactly what county officials are doing here at Seminole County's Emergency Operations Center. They are in right now monitoring this storm, even though it'll be several hours before we feel the effect here. You can never be too prepared. Take a look at this list right here. As you mentioned, the governor has declared a state of emergency for many parts of Central Florida. The purpose of declaring this state of emergency is not only to make the public more aware of this impending storm, it also makes it easier for the governor and other state leaders to make emergency resources available throughout Florida. Also, a price gouging ban is now in effect. That prohibits retailers from charging more than normal for necessities like gasoline, hotel, food, water, things like that. The governor just wrapped up a news conference a few minutes ago. Here's part of what he had to say.
Right now, we're doing what we should do, just like what we do with a hurricane, just like what we do with Zika. We get prepared, and when we get prepared, we do a better job. So every family has to get prepared. But we have an executive order. We can extend from the 34 counties if we need to. Our National Guard is ready. Our state emergency management team is ready. Our counties are ready, and we're going to continue to monitor this.
Now, you heard the governor mention Zika there. Interestingly and coincidentally, one of the things Seminole County emergency managers are most concerned about with the rain that's expected here, there's going to be a lot of standing water. Standing water means potential mosquito breeding grounds, passing on those potentially harmful mosquito-borne illnesses. So besides taking normal storm preparations, they're urging people here, if you have places in your yard that you know there may be standing water, maybe some bird baths or old tires, something like that, dump them out now. Keep an eye on them throughout this rain. It could be coming a little bit later tonight. Back to you, Justin.